Hello. I wanted to talk to you today about a few different ways to make iced tea. Summer is just around the corner, and our favorite thing in our house is to make iced tea. My kids love it. It's refreshing. There's no sugar added in my recipes. That, of course, is something you can add yourself. Best to do it as a simple syrup while the liquid is still hot. So let's get started. There are 3 different ways I'm going to go over with you today. The first one being the hot method, which is basically the fastest of them all if you want an iced tea right now. So I went ahead and I brewed a pot of hot tea. This is the hibiscus punch. These are all teas that we create here at Bushberry Tea. And these are the ones that I recommend for icing. This one in particular, it's Sunny Days Iced Tea, and I will put a link down below where you can purchase all of these beautiful teas. So the hot method is going to be the hibiscus punch tea. So what you want to do is after you've brewed your tea, the recommended steeping time. I like to make mine a little stronger because you're going to be diluting it with the ice. So make your tea, brew it, and then add ice to your cup. Put a strainer like this over top and pour the tea right over. Oh, look at that color. Isn't it beautiful? You can also, if you have the time, let this cool down a bit. Obviously, the hot liquid is going to make your ice melt. So once you've done that, then you can remove the strainer. Actually, if you've strained your tea in here, you don't even need to strain it into the cup. I love to garnish my tea with beautiful things that I have laying around and then eat the fruit after. You could put strawberries, you could put frozen strawberries, you could put frozen blueberries, any kind of fruit in here. Oranges, lemons, limes on top. I love to put spearmint like that. And there you go. There's our first method of making iced tea. This is the hot brew method. Over here. And that's with the hibiscus punch tea. Okay, the second method, this is my favorite and my go-to. Usually I know that my family's gonna be drinking a lot of iced tea over the weekend, or I love to have it during the day. I will make a giant pot or a couple of them. So this is one of my favorite things to brew the tea in. However, there's a few other ones I have, some larger ones. I'll also do it for parties, and I'll put it in one of those, I'm not sure what they're called, but they have like the tap on the bottom, so you can just like add ice to it, and then people can, or add ice to your cup, have the tea in the urn, and then people can add the tea over the ice as they go. So with this method, you're going to be using a little bit more tea, so it's kind of double. I think the ratio is 2.5 tablespoons per liter. So this is about a liter. So I'll be putting 2.5 tablespoons. So I'm gonna eyeball this. You're very welcome to actually measure it yourself. I'm gonna eyeball. I always like to add the tea first because when the water goes in, then it sort of gets moist with the water. If you put it the other way around, it tends to float on top. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 2.5. There we go. And again, this is the Sunny Days iced tea. This is our favorite. It's a honeybush tea with spearmint and lemon peel in it. So it has all the yummy summer flavors. So there's the tea at the bottom. Then I'm going to go ahead and add cold water. Tap water is fine. Any water you want. Just make sure it's not hot. It'll just take longer to cool down. I will fill that right up. And what I'll do is I'll put this in the fridge and I'll leave it for at least 4 hours. I've done 2 hours and just added more tea in to make it stronger. But the longer you can steep it, obviously the more flavors you have. I will leave the tea, this loose tea, in here as I go. So usually I'll do it the night before, leave it in the fridge overnight. Then by the next day it's ready to use. And all I'll do is take a strainer like this. Let's grab a cup. I'll take a strainer, I'll put ice in my cup, strainer here, and then pour over. And then I'll just leave the strainer in here in the fridge, and it's super easy to go, oh, I need a cup of tea, fill with ice, pour. Super easy and simple in that sense. I'm just gonna put this here. This is our cold brew method. And this is the Sunny Days tea that was used in it. All right, so another way that you can brew iced tea is in a mason jar. So basically it's the same as this, it's just you're strained already in there. I would do this with the cold method. And when you need it, you can take the lid off, take the strainer out, and you add ice, and you have a iced tea in here. This is the green lemon that I have in here. You can also put this out in the sun. It's called sun tea. So it will steep with the sun shining on it and then pour it over ice after. It'll be a bit warmer as well, but that will also help the tea leaves expand and all the flavor and goodness of your leaves will come out. This strainer in here, we have it on our website. I'll link it at the bottom. It's called a cold brew tea maker. This one is for a 1/2 pint wide mouth jar. We also have the gallon ones that are a lot bigger, so you can have like a gallon mason jar full of beautiful tea to share with your guests. So there you have it. Those are my favorite ways to make iced tea, and we do this all summer long, spring, fall, sometimes in the winter, and we enjoy tea that way, just to have a break from your hot teas. Thanks for joining.